So this is day one of me trying to beat the S&P 500. And this might not sound like a big accomplishment, but for me it is. I've failed in the past. I have a full-time job, so this is not something I can actively do. I'm not a day trader or a professional day trader, but I do think I finally have the tools and the strategy to do so. So here is day one. I had an account change of $366, a little above that. So that's my intraday change from Friday market close. And if you look at intraday, so if you look at just today, between when the market opened and when the market closed, I had a gain of about $92. Let's go through my plan, and this is from a video that I made, or this is a file that I covered in a video that I made yesterday before the market opened. This was a Sunday. And I'm going to go through each stock, what I did, what trades I made, and I'm going to go through, and if I feel like a change is needed in terms of my game plan for tomorrow, I will do so. And I'll update my reasoning, catalyst, etc. Starting with ExxonMobil, ticker symbol XOM. And if we go this, get rid of my face, and we type in so what did I do? I actually placed a sell order for about 5 shares because this company was gapping up quite significantly, almost finishing 2% on the day. If you zoom out and you look at, the historic, the last few months, you can see that there has been a lot of consolidation, which is why I sold my position, because I wouldn't be surprised if the market drops a little or by the same amount as it rose today, tomorrow. And you can see here, I'll get rid of this because I don't need that anymore. So here is a better explanation or a better visual of what I mean by when I say passive trades, because that's what I have right here, passive trading. I have these limit orders if it reaches that price level or price target. It will buy 4 shares if it drops here. It will sell 4 shares if it is at $119.81. And the strategy here for longing position is if it really goes beyond a certain threshold and it starts decreasing by a significant amount. So for instance, here about 1%, 1.33%, that's fine. That's well within the range of non-concern. But then you start dropping, 5% plus, then I'm limiting, and you can see the amount is smaller. I would only buy 2 shares, and then if it drops even more, I'm only going to buy 1 share, because the odds that the long-term pattern change is more likely, and a more unfavorable change is likely. So that's why I'm still adding to my position, but smaller increments as it goes down. And that's pretty much consistent across all my long positions. So next, we have CMG, that's Chipotle. And here, I don't think I want to change anything with ExxonMobil either, but so CMG, Chipotle, it did also have a strong day today. I did try to sell 25 shares, but it just didn't reach that target. I fell a little short, but maybe hopefully tomorrow it will. And I still agree with my game plan. I want to decrease the position. I think it is a company with a large PE ratio, so there's a lot of built-in expectations for growth. And if it tanked the way it did, dropped almost 30%, or actually 30% if you include, I think, this part. Yeah. And it's been 2 months, it's been close to 2 months now, and it hasn't really had a great recovery. And I think the longer it takes for a company with a high PE ratio to recover, the more likely it is that it's not. So that's why I just want to exit, despite it doing not too bad recently. So that's that. And just one more quick thing, I do have limit positions, in case it does reach close to all-time highs. But right now, if I exit 25 shares, most of my it's not a big balance remaining. So I'm pretty much exited the position. I only have 55 shares left, which is not a big position size for me at all. Then we have Tractor Supply Company, ticker symbol TSCO. And if we go here, there's really not much happening. So you can see there's a buy and sell limit. There's a pretty big gap in between those, about a 6% move that would have to happen. And I think the reason for that is I'm just not really certain about what the direction is. And I would rather be I would err on the side of caution because, as I said here, I think the market is overextended and it is the month of September. Speaking of how the markets do today, well, they showed a lot of signs of uncertainty. I think the market didn't really know what direction it wanted to go in. And that might just be because it's cooling down. It's still a bull market, and economic news paints a very bright picture. So does the Fed. So, yeah. Then we have T-Mobile. And if we go there, we do see it approaching all-time highs again. And once it does, I will be selling more shares. Speaking of, I do think I would like to place a buy position. Yeah, I would buy like one share here. Once again, these are small position sizes, but I'm erring on the side of caution because I do think the market will have a slight retraction. Yeah, so if it decreases like 0.4%, nothing big, then I will increase my position just by $200, nothing significant. And then DR Horton, ticker symbol DHI. I do want to increase my position size on this one, so I'm actually gonna change that here. And the reason why is because it's not overextended. Actually, let me go back to T-Mobile. T-Mobile isn't extended either. Yeah, actually T-Mobile's not extended either. So I'm actually gonna increase. I'm gonna go one more buy order right here. So confirm send, and then I'm gonna change. I do want to increase the position intraday, which means day to day. I want my total position to increase in size. And then we have TI. TI, remember, is one where it is overextended, so I don't really want to do anything with it. Really, what I will do actually is put a sell order right here. If it extends beyond and continues to be overextended, then I'm just going to exit my position entirely because I only have one share in it, really. So if that happens, for now, minimal change. So now we're moving on to the shorts. So VRSN. So I looked at this chart again, and it's been 5 months now, and it really hasn't had a phenomenal recovery, right, about 8%. But then if you look, it's had quite a drop. So I guess that's not accurate. So the drop would more be reflected by. So I had a drop of 23% high recovery rate, right? I do want to, relooking at this, I originally said minimal change, but I actually do want to increase my position. I think it's consolidating, but any opportunities that I see to increase my position size, I will take it. The reason you don't see any limit orders, you're not going to see any limit orders for selling shorts, is because it's in a high demand, and it's just not going to let me until the market actually opens. So let's give you an example. Let's say I say 10, I want a limit order, good till cancel, and I say confirm and send. Yeah. All of the stocks that I'm shorting are currently hard to borrow, but with that said, it's interesting. I'm not having to pay any interest. I just think maybe because of market volatility, I'm not certain why they're hard to borrow if they don't really have interest rates that I have to pay for borrowing those shares. I try not to borrow or short stocks that are highly shorted and I have to pay interest on them. I try to stay away from those. But yeah, consolidation plus long-term is a downward trend. I think long-term trend is what I'm trying to say. Then we have, let me say what that name is because I don't remember the name of a lot of these. VeriSign. It's like DocuSign sort of thing. Charter Communication, ticker symbol CHTR. And let me get rid of this. Those are just alerts. Nothing is actually being
transacted there. But I do like how this one played out. I did sell or buy back a lot of my shorts too early, so this one unfortunately ended up in a loss, but I only have 2 shares left. Here I was taking advantage of the cup and handle pattern. There was a rise, but then as soon as it hit the previous level highs, the 52-week I believe, or year-to-date highs, then it started gapping down. And I think I just want to exit this position. It's had a pretty significant decrease, 16%, so I'm okay with, quitting while I'm ahead. So I'm actually going to raise some of these buyback positions. Right here. Yeah, cool. So I'm going to change this to actually decrease my position because I'm not sure about the direction, and not only that, I wouldn't be surprised if it starts to increase, right? ICUI is the medical company. ICU Medical. And for this one, I said both active trading and increasing my position. This stock did gap down quite a significant amount, almost 2%, which is significant considering the recent rally that the stock has had. And I had a pretty favorable chance to buy back some of my shares.
So although I didn't increase my position size, I did actively trade. And my theory of it approaching strong resistance and it being overextended is finally coming into fruition. With that said, I do want to play on the safe side, and I want to actually start decreasing my position as it comes down, right? Because I don't know what the level of retraction will be. I think given that it essentially in a very short period of time increased by over 48%, 50%, it should have a pretty significant retraction, especially considering it is also having this pretty nice U-shaped pattern, just like CHTR did. But once again, no harm in decreasing. I don't expect a huge decrease, only 50 share. Well, that's actually a pretty significant chunk of my portfolio. But if you go here, 76. So what I'm basically trying to say is in total, I think if it decreases another 3%, I wouldn't be surprised if it rallies again. And if it does rally again, I might consider increasing the shorts again. But for now, that will put me in a great position with a pretty good amount of profits, and it'll give me shares that I will continue to have in case, I think, if it breaks through this line, which represents what I think is the support, then I think it'll have a pretty drastic drop down. So next we have AAL. AAL currently have a really small position in this short. I do believe that the stock's been beaten down so much, and it's had a pretty crappy recovery. Actually, 21%. So actually, I do want to increase its position, right? As it approaches that next area of resistance that I have right here, I would actually like to increase my position. So there we go. Then we have CCL. Oh my God, this company has not shown any signs of weakness. It has just skyrocketed. This has been, unfortunately, this was my entry. Not the greatest entry, right? Actually, a pretty crappy entry. If I was longing this position, boy, would I be happy. But, it's rallied 20%. And it's CL because it's shown such resistance in terms of having any type of retraction or pullback. I even said, yesterday I was like, okay, actively trading. So, I really wanted to increase my position. So I at least passed, $1,000, because that's what I did with ICUI. In total it was over $2,000, easy, 2,500. And yeah, I should have I should have. Next time, I think tomorrow, I just really need to bite the bullet, go in with a heavier position, not too much heavier, not go crazy, but 3,000 in terms of the size. If it goes in the unfavorable not depression direction, so be it. That happens. But odds are and should be in my favor, given everything that I'm thinking out. So yeah, even here, there's same reasonings as ICUI, strong resistance level that it's approaching. That's been previously, it's held. It is overextended, but damn, it has strong upward momentum. Really has. But if this plays out, I will be happy. So then we have CZ, and this is Carnival Cruise, and this is American Airlines. I keep on forgetting. So then we have ticker symbol CZR, and this is a casino. Is it again? Caesars. What does it say? Caesars Entertainment. Caesars Entertainment. So for this one, I wanted to actively trade today. I put a certain limit order here for shorting. I believe it was 100 shares. I was so close. Let me just show you. Sometimes these are painful. I just not gotta live with these. But I had like a order right here, even a little lower, and it peaked out here, and that would have been a nice gain. Oh, that would have been nice. This is a type of stock that is extremely volatile, and you know what? Should I have active trades for that one? Stock that is kind of all over the place. Like, it dipped almost 3%, but then it rallied all the way back to almost break even for the day. Okay, let me look. So it rallied. It had a decrease, a pretty substantial decrease. Then it had an increase of 30%. And then this is also a resistance level right here. Go big or go home, right? All right. Wow. Okay, active trade. Yeah. Okay, I'll continue to actively trade. What's my current position size? About 3,000. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That is fine. Shorts are scary, man. They're scary. They're especially scary for me because I've been losing a lot of money on them. But today was a good day, good start. I'm not expecting to beat the market like this every day. Not at all. In fact, if you look at the chart for the month, I believe, I'm only up 400. I'm only up 1.47%. So, this is a big gain for me. I believe that's because my shorts are finally acting the way I thought they would. But I'm excited. I'm gonna say that at least. I'm excited to see how tomorrow plays out and share it with everyone. So that's a conclusion of day one of trying to beat the S&P 500. And today was a success. Not saying it'll continue, but a good, strong start.